question, and I'm not going to give you a lot of time to think about it, but here's the question. What is it about Tiger that moves us? Okay, your time's up. He shouldn't move us like this. There's lots of reasons not to like him. He got very popular and very rich early. People resent that. He threatened a beloved legend, Jack. We don't like that. Ask LeBron about the Michael Jordan thing. He never treated his fans warmly or particularly well. And he did some really bad things to his family. And yet most of America sat on their couch crying yesterday. Only two athletes in my life have had this power: Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods. And they have certain things in common. Michael Jordan's first 3 titles, I was in awe of him. Never really felt connected. Almost worshipped him. Looked up at him. And then his father was murdered. He went and played baseball, struggled badly, came back. And now Jordan was more like family. The decade that Tiger Woods dominated golf, I was hypnotized by him, in awe of him, pumped my fist with him. But then he fell apart physically and emotionally. And yesterday, for the first time in my life, I rooted against other golfers. Yesterday, I'm not proud to admit this, I was hoping Francisco Molinari got run over by a golf cart for most of the afternoon. We shouldn't love Tiger this much, right? 90% of us don't play golf. Several books written, not complimentary of his choices. But yesterday was the greatest comeback in the history of American sports, in my opinion. Tiger had no business even being there. In a 6-year period after his dominance, he tore an ACL, had a neck injury, sprained his MCL, tore his Achilles, 3 back surgeries, 1 a back fusion. Hell, that sounds like an autopsy. Tiger admitted 2 years ago he wasn't sure if he'd ever play golf again. His back was in such pain, he said, I can't even coach the President's Cup. Riding in a golf cart, bouncing up and down, hurts too much. I got some pushback yesterday. Colin, you said a few years ago he's a former golfer. Of course I did. Tiger admitted he wasn't sure if he'd ever play golf again. What we saw yesterday is why we loved MJ. MJ was awe-inspiring the first run, and then he suffered things that no person should have to deal with. He was humbled. Being great is really important, but being humbled is the difference between Michael Jordan and Tiger. Tiger's win didn't just say a lot about Tiger, it actually said a lot about us. We love you even more if you deal with the crap we do. If you deal with the family issues we do, if your life is imperfect, and as you're at the top of the throne, you come off it, you cry, it's sad, you struggle emotionally and physically. Yesterday, Tiger delivered so many things. Our favorite golfer won. We got a redemption/comeback story. That's what Hollywood writes every day. We love those. It restoked the GOAT conversation. Personally, I love that. That's good for my business. And the Tiger in Red Sunday thing is the best thing to happen on Sundays since The Sopranos. And let me just add this. And I'm not blaming anybody for what I'm about to say. I'm not taking sides here. But this country is more divided than it has ever been, uncomfortably so. And I'm in my 50s. I've lived through a lot of life. But don't ever let anybody marginalize sports in your family to you. Sports shapes us. It heals us. It empowers us. It connects us. It does what government so often promises but doesn't deliver. It turns poor into rich and broken into healed. Yesterday, sports did something else, and I can't remember. Seriously, I drove in this morning and I thought about this. I can't remember the last time in America we were all pulling for the same thing. Humbled, fallen, emotionally, physically, at the very bottom. What a story. Spoke as much about us as it did about Tiger. And never forget that sports does so many great things. Yesterday, finally, it connected us. Thanks, Tiger. We owe you one. The great Armin Katan, who wrote the book on Tiger, will be joining us in about 25 minutes. Let me shift briefly to this. About 5 weeks ago, I came out with a story, and you people called me crazy. I'm not going to lie, it was hurtful. You people called me zany. I'm not going to lie, I didn't sleep that night. I came out and I reported Russell Wilson may be leaving Seattle, not now, but eventually. Well, this morning, it appears to be all over the internet from reputable sources. Pro Football Talk, Peter King. Russell Wilson and his agent, by the way, his agent, Mark Rogers, is a baseball agent. One football client, Russell Wilson. They are saying today, according to sources, and I trust Peter King, Russell Wilson and his agent told the Seahawks, long-term deal today, or we'll never sign one. It will be a series of one-year deals. This is what I've been hearing for a month. And let me wholeheartedly support Russell Wilson here. Russell Wilson took Pete Carroll's career and saved it. Pete had been fired twice in the NFL and was 7-9 and 7-9 in his first 2 years in Seattle and was looking at Matt Flynn to save his career. Russell Wilson arrived. It was never the same. Then Pete bailed. John Schneider bailed on one of the best centers in football, Max Unger, and Russell Wilson's offensive line deteriorated, and for the next several years, he was running for his life and health. Seattle's brand over the last 7-8 years has been the Legion of Boom, the 12th man, Pete Carroll. And Russell's tired of it and should be. I got Russell Wilson's back on this. And I know, saying that huge quarterback deals make your team less nimble, less flexible, and less viable. But Russell Wilson's the most underrated player of my life. He saved the franchise. He put it on the map. And he's never been given the credit he deserves. He hasn't. We give Breeze credit. We gave Peyton credit. We give Brady credit. We give Mahomes credit. We gave Eli credit. We gave Ben credit. We don't give Russell any credit because he does it differently. Little smaller, little faster, little unique. This is about respect. In Seattle, the fans, 12th man, get more credit than Russell. The defense, the architect, the ownership. This is Russell Wilson's franchise. It has been for years. Finally, he's going to make them pay for it. This is about respect. He deserves more of it and has for years. All right, Armin Katan is around the corner. Chris Broussard, Rick Riley, Catino Mobley, absolutely packed today. Well, Saturday, and I say this sincerely, was one of the greatest television sports days of my life. In the morning, I got Tiger and Phil in golf. Then I got 3 really good, down-to-the-last-shot NBA playoff games with upsets everywhere. And then I got 2 of the best UFC fights I've seen in my life. And then Sunday topped it. Wife was under the weather. I was at home. I thought this weekend was one of the great sports weekends of television viewing. I like to get out. I tend to be fairly recreational and bored and restless. So I do want to hit on one NBA note, and it's all about ingredients. 40 minutes from now, Colin right, Colin wrong. Don't go anywhere. Listen, everybody, myself included, trying to eat a little bit healthier. There's more news now about the quality of food you eat extends your life and extends the quality of your current life. It's hard to find the time. We're all busy. You end up grabbing whatever's available for lunch. You skip breakfast. You're trying to beat the traffic, get to work early, take your kid to school. The good news is I found Soylent. It's a complete meal in a bottle. 20 grams of plant protein, 36 essential nutrients, slow-burning carbs to keep you full without weighing you down. Brian, the CEO of Soylent, met him.